Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. And now, here's Rob.
But not just Rob. It's also Katie. Hi, Katie.
Hi.
And Josh is here, too. Hi, Josh.
Hello.
Mike O'Mara is out this week, of course. He's at the Masters. He got cheaper tickets this week because it's not playing.
And
so he's just hanging out in Augusta, yeah. He's working the merch shop for John Daly down there. No, Mike is out this week. He'll be back for the bonus show. So every day this week we have a guest host, and I'm thrilled that my cake and cookies partner is here, Katie Forbes von Herman. Katie, how are you from Savannah? Live from Savannah.
Live from Savannah, as opposed to dead from Savannah.
I know, I understand. Well, it could be pre-taped, but we're streaming this live. So,
yeah.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful
If
day.
something happens to you, we won't replay an old episode. We won't try to do a live to tape, whatever Rob's setting up.
Do you know that they do that for the Macy's
in bad
parade?
taste.
They have the Macy's parade is so unchanging every year that in case of bad weather or accidents, they just have stock footage they run
Right.
on Channel
Or in case-
4,
Yeah, in
NBC.
case
Yeah.
cameras cut out or something, they can go to the same balloon.
Because you remember that
that's
one,
funny.
it was a couple years ago, maybe probably 5 years ago, that like, let's just say Underdog. I don't think they still have him, but he like knocked over a street lamp and hurt people. And that's not funny.
But
No.
if Savannah Guthrie dies, they're not going to play clip of her doing the show in the parade.
No, what was Savannah
It's
Guthrie
for
dies?
technical issues.
If Savannah Guthrie dies, please come immediately to our podcast because I will cover that. I will. Very much so. And then there was the time, I think it was
Heartbroken
1983.
Rob.
Yeah, so sad. I love all the people in the media. I think it was 1983 at the parade when Willard went nuts and killed an intern.
There was jam everywhere.
No, I'm kidding. That's an old Letterman joke. So anyway, we're here. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. Did everybody watch the Masters? Jim Nance had his gymnasiast.
We watched a little bit. We did a whole lot of housework this weekend, so during breaks,
Fun.
we'd log in because it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Josh, you have a beautiful television setup at your home.
Yeah.
Is it me or did Augusta not look as lush this year?
I don't know. I didn't turn it on.
You
I
didn't
saw
watch the
nothing.
Masters? It's
No.
important.
No,
I turned it
have,
on a little bit.
No, I've got kids and family stuff and baseball.
I see. Well, my thought is that maybe they're underwatering or something, or maybe it just doesn't hold up to the high definition, uncompromised image that you pull in over an antenna. I mean, the azaleas were there, and that's fine. It just didn't look as lush. You know,
So-
it usually looks real pretty.
It's funny that you say that because Dan and I actually had a conversation about it, that it was almost hard to watch, as in like look at the picture because the definition was so high. It almost
Yes.
looked like a Monet.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's
Yeah.
just too much for your eyes to process.
Did they
Mhm.
change the way they were recording it or broadcasting it or something? Because
I don't think they changed it, but
baseball does this where on Friday nights, Apple TV carries baseball games
Mhm.
and they run them at a higher frame rate, which makes the picture look completely different.
yeah, almost film-like,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
maybe they did
feel
that.
like that's what was going on because and I know what you're talking about, Josh. It makes it feel like you're watching something that you're not.
Yes.
Like
It's
you're-
a good problem. It makes it look better, but it's definitely takes some getting used to
yes.
where I'm not watching a video game.
Lots of drones this year. At the Masters. Very exciting.
It was
And
really nice to see Rory win, though.
Took him long enough. Jeez. Can't you just win, please?
I mean, after the first hole, he
I
had
know.
a really rough start there, but for him to, make that up in
The
next
leaderboard
two
was
shots
comical
pretty
looking
nice.
with the amount of times they had to change the numbers on it, and there's an up and down and up and down. I think CBS even prepared a graphic that had like lines of how Rory was going up and down and up and down.
was
Of
a lot
course,
of
my
fun.
family, they had all their money on DeChambeau, and it's funny because Carrie's into betting now. She loves it.
Really?
Yeah. she's made a lot of money at our betting website, and she bets mostly basketball. What's that, Josh?
She texted me asking for some baseball insight, and I said I'm not getting involved.
Yeah, do not reply, please.
Because I don't want her losses on me.
Right? Like
Yeah.
you can't give betting advice because it just falls right back. Next thing you know, your legs are broken.
Yeah, well, I don't think Carrie will break your legs unless you let her drive. But she gets most of her insight from my son. Bad idea, because he doesn't win ever. All he does is when the event starts, he starts texting her F-bombs about this and who is this effing guy and where was this effing guy ever. He doesn't talk to me about betting. And then she has a teacher's aide who I think is 10 years old. No, he's like 18 or 19. I don't know. But he's the one that has all the hot basketball insight. But she had no knowledge going into the Masters. So she at one point said, hey, they will buy back my bet, my $10 bet. For 12 cents. I said, well,
That's a win.
That's a win, I guess, to bet 10 and get 12 cents. And then every time DeChambeau would do something bad, the money would go down. One time he hit a good putt and it was up to 35 cents. I said, sell.
What is this? The stock market?
Yeah, I know. It's not like the old days. Anyway, congratulations, Rory. It was a day well spent. Now, when we signed on today, Katie was doing some really red hot show prep. You were reading the Farmer's Almanac.
That's not for show prep. That's for funsies.
Well, how fun. I mean, that's not that
I love my
fun.
almanac.
Now, do you buy it every year?
Yes.
Is it a hardback?
It is.
I don't want to
Wow.
talk about it.
You
Yes.
really spent some money on that.
No,
Do you take
no.
notes?
I do.
Oh no! What are some
Yeah,
notes you've gotten
it's
from the
all
Almanac?
fun and games till there's a disturbance in the Atlantic, and then the texts just keep rolling in.
I don't know about that. There's always a disturbance in the Atlantic.
Are your,
There is.
But I want to know about your notes. Are your notes for future to prepare, or are you taking notes on what days it got right, what days it got wrong? What
Oh
type
no,
of
I
notes?
usually circle things that I want to like note. So
Elvis used to do that
like,
in
there's
his
a
religious
section-
books. Yeah,
There's a section. I have to
So
find it here.
you're like
it's-
Elvis.
It's yes, me. I'm just like Elvis. It's like the best days for 2025. This is one of my.
Hey,
it's
is today one of them because you're on the Mike O'Mara show?
no. Along the lines of for each month, there's like a couple days. Some months have more, but it's like the best day to quit smoking. The best day to.
And by the way, I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
The best day to cut your hair to encourage growth. The best day to straighten your hair.
All
have
right,
dental
today
care.
is
What's
Monday.
today's advice?
Yeah, Monday, April 14th. What's good for today?
It doesn't work that way. I would have to look up April and then tell you the 2 days or the days in
All right.
April. Okay, so
Wait, it doesn't
I didn't
give you
mean to-
something for every day? It's not like every day.
See what Josh wants? Josh wants like an old Farmer's Almanac calendar
no.
where you get up every day and you rip off a page. It tells you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So down the side
Yeah.
are like to cut your hair, to can or pickle things.
And by
to
the
make
way, you keep
sauerkraut.
telling me to cut my hair. Don't think that's lost on me.
And then across the top are the
Yeah.
months.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
look up what it is you want to do. and
Okay.
then
I
you
want to
look at the
pickle.
month.
I want
You
to pickle something today.
Okay. If you want it, not today. If you want to pickle
Well, when should I
something,
pickle? When should I pickle?
in April, you should do that between the 13th and the 15th. So today,
Well, that's
April
today.
13th is perfect.
Jesus.
But
give me my cucumbers.
But that's just a coincidence because today
Is
is
it, though?
not the day for you to make jams or jellies.
I mostly purchase
that-
jams and jellies.
If you want to make jams and jellies, then you need to do that either on the 22nd or the 24th.
What about marmalade?
I think it's about the same.
Okay, it
Jams
goes
and
under the
jellies.
jelly umbrella. And by the way, that would not be effective in the rain.
Do you want to
jelly
know when you
umbrella.
should go camping this month?
If it says any day, it would be wrong because I should not go camping this month. So
I am
let's
not a camper.
let's put the almanac down until we need it later when we run
You're
out
the
of
one
things
that
to.
brought it up.
I am And I am very intrigued with why, if it's just a grid to look at, what are all the other pages?
Oh,
That's a
okay.
thick
Oh,
book.
Josh wants to go back to the
Are you
almanac.
kidding?
I have never. I will
this
say,
is like,
I have
oh,
never seen a farmer's almanac.
I've never seen one hardback.
I've heard of them. I've never seen one. I've never been able to flip through.
So,
Wasn't it created by Ben Franklin?
I believe the original.
Yeah.
But this is the
Celebrity I most
original-
resemble, by the
The
way.
original Farmer's Almanac, useful with a pleasant degree of humor.
Yeah, kind of like this.
That's their out.
That's like this show, really. Useful with a pleasant degree of humor.
Let's see. Robert B. Thomas, founded in 1792.
Oh, Bob Thomas, yeah. Chris Arnold from the chat room wants to know what's the best day for Rob to leave his house?
Oh, I dare.
Or do you have to buy the 2026 for that?
Let's see. It's so hard for me. I can't believe. Let's see. Prune, pick fruit. I don't think you should. Oh, wait. Entertain?
Yeah.
Or travel for pleasure? Which one?
Travel for pleasure, yeah.
Okay. For April,
Yeah.
it is past the 6th and the 7th.
Oh.
You'll have to wait till May.
As our friends used to say, daggers. I'm stuck in the house till May.
Get
that's it. Well,
married, buy a home.
No.
Don't
No
need any of
getting
those.
married. No,
No.
before you get married, check with Josh. He'll give you tips. The old Josh's Almanac.
Yeah, I'll write that.
I didn't know that it was.
Won't take much.
But then
It'll
there's
be
like
in-
weather and there's
Well, yeah, but who cares about weather if you're busy pruning?
Right. I think I might make my own grid
okay.
for 2025.
Mm-hmm.
The latter part of 2025.
What's
That's
your-
It's a little late.
yeah.
What's your first prediction?
Snow in Florida.
Wow. That'll be, you know what? In the chance that it happens, you'll be considered a
Well,
genius.
I think I'll backdate it to whenever they had that up in the panhandle.
Mm-hmm.
I
We'll
love
make
the
it work.
fact We're going to post date our checks too.
Yes.
And everything will be perfect. But Katie, thank you for bringing your almanac to the table.
I didn't, but okay.
Well, you did because when we signed on, and first of all, we like to meet. We like to meet at 8 and start the show at about 8:15. I heard you link in at about 7:35. I heard in the background of my computer, bing, and I wait because I've got things to do, and I come and see you a little before 8, and you're sitting reading the almanac
Yeah.
like you're in a turn of the century novel. Where's Lady Katie? She's in the drawing room reading the almanac. But you look so happy.
I'm just delighted to be here.
I know you are. Now we as you know, we host a show called Cake and or Cookies, and you can catch that on all your favorite platforms and YouTube and check it out. That airs once a week. But there was something that we were going to maybe discuss on Cake and Cookies, but I'm dying to talk to you about it now because it's important.
I had to hang up with you because you wanted to talk about it this week, and I was like, no, save it for the show.
All right. Well, two things. Do you want to talk about the TikTok idea or the cleaning of your house?
Let's do the cleaning of my house.
Okay.
And it wasn't really cleaning.
It was organizing,
unpacking.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, you move. That's another thing, Josh. People don't know. Katie
Yeah.
moves all the time.
like every 4 or 5 months.
Yeah,
Easy.
she loves it. She
No.
loves it.
Right. New
Can't
husband,
find
new
my
house.
microphone.
Oh yeah.
She's left a trail of husbands.
Just in my wake. It's
That's
crazy.
right. They
But
all look
in-
like Dan, but
I opened up a box of just like keepsakes and stuff, and
Right.
lo and behold, I found this was bizarre to
right.
find. I found
Was it with
3
other stuff of a certain era?
Yeah, I'd probably say early 2000s.
It's about right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good way to pack by marking years on your boxes.
Well, I go by month. And the way I do it is the year and the number of the week. So if it's
I found 3 pencils.
and I know what they are from a distance. I know
I
exactly what they are.
almost threw 2 away just to keep one, but I decided the colors were so good, I just needed to keep all 3.
They should
Yeah.
make a flag out of those colors.
It looks like a flag. It
looks like
does.
the Ukrainian
Yes.
flag.
It does.
That's right.
It is. It's
That's not why I gave the pencils
a
to her.
blue, a white, and a gold. But
Okay.
I do not know why you gave these to me.
Neither
but
do I.
They say, oh, I can't read that one. Robert No. William
What?
Stall Cup. William.
Stall Cup. Stall Cup.
Furniture Company.
I can tell you the rest. 442 South Washington Street, Falls Church, Virginia, 22042.
Well, it does not. This is where things get interesting, Rob.
Okay,
Spivak.
good. I love interesting.
There is no zip code, and
It predates it.
there is no area code.
Oh,
Right,
it's
just the
on the
7
phone
digit.
number. Yeah,
Just the 7-digit. Yeah.
532-8880. Now, for those of you who don't know, my grandfather owned a furniture store for many years, and there were certain promotional items, though not great, that he had. One of them was the William Stallcup Furniture Company playing cards, which are great, and we all lost them, so I actually had some more printed up. This, of course, the Two of Clubs. Is this your card? Anyway, he also did what was very cool, and other furniture stores will have them, is little mini cedar chests made by the Lane Company, who do big cedar chests, but this is probably like 4 inches by 10 inches by maybe 6 inches deep, and they're made of cedar. They're little red guys, and you can use them for
Are
knickknacks
they
and tchotchkes.
essentially like a model though for like
No,
the bigger
it's its
ones?
own thing. It's its own thing. And they had a little lock on them, and they're great. But the best and most effective marketing that my grandfather ever did, keep in mind this was way before TikTok, were pencils. And he'd have pencils printed up by the thousands, and he would give them to customers and when they bought, which if you think about it is absolute horrible. No one really likes a pencil, but he would get, and then he got a great idea when I was like in the 1st or 2nd grade.
Wait,
That
what year do you think these were printed?
Well, this is a second run. This is a second run.
How do you
Okay.
know? How do you know?
I just know.
Right. First run had to be real lead. in those pencils.
Yeah, and they were, and everyone came out. One tree yielded one pencil. We were really not into conservation yet. But I remember in 1st and 2nd grade, he'd come home from the store and he'd have a round thing of pencils with a rubber band around it, and he'd say, "Take these to school and give them to all your friends."
Smart.
Brilliant.
Yeah, because 2nd graders need to buy a buffet. 2nd graders need a hutch.
No, but every 2nd grade parent goes through their kids' backpacks.
Exactly. And so that's what we did. Well, all the pencils originally that we had printed up went away.
Actually,
And-
Josh, I think back then they'd probably call it a knapsack.
Oh, I think back then they actually carried a pail.
A bucket.
Right.
Yeah, like in Little House on the Prairie.
Right. No shoes, but they had the pencil.
Right, exactly. And so all the original ones went away and the store closed. And that was that was 1989, I guess, because it was my senior year in high school. And all the pencils were gone. Well, many years later, my mom and I were reminiscing about the pencils. And I said, let's get some pencils printed up. Is that what you do to pencils? Embossed, struck? Let's get some
Engraved.
pencils struck. And when we have our big family Christmas get together, we'll give everybody a Stallcup furniture pencil as a throwback, right? And so we did it, and we ordered too many, and I kept a lot of them, but I just used my last one. And so now I'm down.
I found 3. I'll send them to you.
You're not going to use them as like a bargaining chip to get something from me? I would think you are really in the
Oh.
catbird seat right now.
Golly, I got to put some thought into this.
Yeah, because I'm down to using a number 1 pencil now.
The disaster that has to be.
I know. Oh, it was upside down. See, this is a Herald Square number 1 pencil with a,
Maybe
I think a
will-
softer lead than number 2.
Yeah,
How-
don't take a test with that one.
What
Yeah,
would
don't do it.
what would you give for 1?
Well, what would you like? Would you
Money.
like?
A 2-channel Scarlet.
A 2-channel Scarlet is exactly what I want.
Do your pencils do this,
I think
where it looks like they're rubber? This
I
is the best
think-
podcast on television right now.
I feel like the blue one is worth the most.
Well, the blue one is the prettiest. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that 1 pencil should get you a 2-channeled Scarlet. I think maybe 3 would get you a down payment on a 2-channeled Scarlet, because I'm thinking how much we paid to print up like 500 pencils.
Well, that's
And
not my problem.
I know. We could, you know what? We'll talk, but thank you for holding on to them for me. Please do not sharpen
Absolutely.
them.
I
Please do
won't.
not throw them away.
I should.
eBay is always an option.
Always.
because you'll have at least one bidder.
That's true. And I can't find it right now, but somewhere in my house I have a Jerry Lewis Show pencil that he had printed up when he had the Jerry Lewis Show in 1960, whatever.
I want all of your family to get in a bidding war over my 3 pencils.
I think that, you know what? I can think of some people that would do it. Don't tell my mom. She'd be all in. She's ready to retire and she's got money everywhere. She's like this and that.
I'm
She'd buy
calling
those
Sharon
pencils.
as soon as we're done here.
That's good. That's nice. And you know what? I'll get the pencil ultimately because I'll go over and I'll guilt it out of her.
Oh.
There's
I'm
only a
glad you
few
went with-
things.
I'm
What?
glad you went with guilt and not death
Yeah.
for how you'll get the pencil.
Yeah.
Give me the pencil.
Well, you have to know that behind any good threat, if death isn't there, ultimately, it's not going to work. So I'm very kind to my mother most of the time. I don't want to.
When it comes to pencils.
When it comes to pencils, for example, she's got some furniture that she says I can't have until she dies. So you wait patiently. But the pencil is more of the now, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially because it's easily stealable.
Have you written? You haven't sharpened any of them yet?
No.
Would you like to sharpen one and write with it and report back to me in a few days how great it is?
No.
Okay. It's your
don't-
option. It's your
I
option.
don't have a pencil sharpener.
What kind of what are we, farmers?
Most
Why don't you
people
have
don't.
Most people
Nothing?
don't. I have an eye pencil sharpener, but I'm not ruining that on actual pencils. No.
Well, you
Well, the
can't
pencil's
use
too
those
hard.
on your you can't use those pencils on your eyes anyway. Josh, I'm shocked you don't have a pencil sharpener. You know what? I
No,
had you
now,
pegged.
I have. I'm sure there's a little handheld pencil sharpener in my kid's pencil box for homework. I imagine.
Does it have the little plastic cap to catch
Exactly.
the shaving?
I think it's one of those. But no, I think if you don't have little kids, you're not going to have a pencil sharpener.
Mm-mm.
Well,
I don't have a pencil in my office. I know
Well.
that. There's none around here.
I have
Um,
3.
I
And they're
have
as good as mine.
Right?
my pencil sharpener has gone from 3 residences and mounted in all 3 of them, and it's a Boston brand, mount on the wall, crank with the dial on it for the size of the pencil, like you remember in
yeah,
school.
like in school.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But
Where-
I've never
where?
gone to it's in the garage, right outside of the door. So if I I go down the hall in my basement, I guess the basement door to the garage is like maybe 25 feet. So it's right there. So it's not bad. But I never got an electric pencil sharpener, of course, because that would be too modern.
Mark that down as something for you to show off on TikTok.
Well, you know what? I'll do it today.
Kids might not know what it is.
They'll know what it is. They still use pencils.
No, but I think they all have those electric.
Yeah, they're like
Ones.
mechanical.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
you-
electric, mechanical.
No,
Well,
Josh.
are you talking about mechanical pencils?
Well,
I hate
yes,
those.
And I meant electric sharpeners.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
oh, I thought you were saying electric pencils, and I was like, no.
That was the name of my
No.
band in the 1960s, the Electric Pencils. Come on down to my boat, baby. We're the Electric Pencils. But that's not why I brought you here. Did you find anything else great when you were organizing?
I only cried twice. I found a letter that my military history high school teacher sent me when I graduated college.
Mm-hmm. So why aren't you in
And-
the Army yet?
it was really nice. I'd forgotten about it, but I actually cried.
Well, then did you throw it away because you have no need for crying anymore?
No.
You're
I
new
kept
and
it.
tough now. This
I
is the new
kept it.
Katie. You kept it?
I kept it. I threw away some things that I think you will probably find absolutely abhorrent.
What?
Cassette tapes.
Oh, why
You
did you
can't
throw
use-
them away?
You can't use them anymore.
I don't even have a cassette player.
Well, you could have at least sent them to me and I could digitize them for you.
Nah.
What were they?
Well-
Were they mixtapes?
Uh-huh.
Lots of great 80s
And
tunes on them?
now I'm thinking about it. I should have at least looked at them. I just grabbed them and threw them in the trash.
That's
I know.
bad. That's really counterintuitive to everything I stand for. Don't
I
throw
know.
things away. Keep things. Organize them, but keep.
I found it must have been 25, 30 CDs of that you had. You would always give me the music of the week
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. After the Don and Mike show, you would give me a CD of all the music that you used for the week.
Actually, it was Mike O'Mara show because I'd burn a disc every day for the audio vault and the rejoiners.
But you would have one disc a week that you would fill with extra music.
Yeah, rejoiners. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. And that you threw that away. Well, thank you. A lot of work went into that 25 years ago. Why do I even care? You know what? Bad enough that I'm not dealing with my own problems. Now I have to deal with your problems of throwing stuff away, and it makes me feel bad.
I am kicking myself now. My palms are sweaty. I'm not feeling
Well,
good
you're very
about it
excited to
anymore.
be here. Did the trashman come? Did he already pick the stuff up?
Trash comes tomorrow morning.
So
plenty of time.
Plenty of time to get those CDs out and rinse them because there's stuff on them.
Oh no,
Coffee grounds and eggshells, all that stuff from the trash.
I had a box of the paper where I'd unwrap stuff.
Okay.
And then that's what I threw everything in.
All right.
So there's
then
no
you
actual trash in it.
Go get those CDs, skim through them, then throw them away. Go do it. It'd be fun.
I might.
All right. You have time, don't you?
Yeah.
I didn't mean that. Did not mean that to be sad. I'm sorry.
It's also a great task to request of a loved one.
It is. You know what? If Dan values the CDs, then
Dan
you've got to
doesn't.
keep them.
No.
Does Dan
not.
understand music? That's your
I
husband,
mean,
by the way.
He loves music.
Yeah.
He actually can sing really well too.
Now, I've never known that.
Mm-hmm.
What does he sing? Rock and roll records?
Oh, I was gonna say bass.
Light opera? I don't know. Book him for Cake and Cookies. I think that would be great.
He goes around and just makes up songs as it's always a wonder what's gonna come out of Dan.
Then he'll lock up if we book him on the show to do it. Won't he? Don't you think if we brought him on to sing, it would be a disaster?
Oh, he would never.
Yeah. Well,
No.
thanks a lot, Dan. And thanks, Katie, for throwing away all the CDs.
God, I'm
Now-
gonna dig through the trash later.
I know. Tape yourself doing that, by the way.
Maybe I will.
I want you to take your trash can down to the street so all the neighbors can see you and
No,
then
they're-
dig through the trash.
It's in the lane.
Oh, in the
Savannah's
lane.
much too proper to have their trash in front of the house.
I know. Okay. So good luck with the CDs. And good luck with the almanac. Did the almanac tell you it was a good day to clean up?
No, but I can look.
No, don't. Please don't. You know, of all of us who had a great weekend, probably Josh had the greatest weekend
Mm-hmm.
because he went to the movies.
I went full house for the Minecraft movie.
Seriously, like almost sold out?
No, it was sold out. I checked on the
Wow.
app before going to know what I was in for.
All right. Speaking of that and chicken jockeys, were you in the back row?
I was in the back row.
And
I
your
prepared
kids?
because of the chicken jockey. So we were in the back row.
You and your kids were in the back.
Yeah, and the kid. Yeah, I didn't go by myself. Though, Rob.
I didn't know if you'd be sitting together. I didn't expect you were going by yourself. Okay.
No, Rob, I think maybe you should go by yourself.
Why?
But you have to go on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon when the kids are out of school. So
Okay.
you get a nice full house of kids. It was
Okay.
mostly, looking around, it was mostly middle school age boys.
That's a great crowd.
And
This
and
sounds
their
like a
parents, a lot of
nightmare to
parents.
me.
It does sound like a nightmare.
It is.
So
Yeah.
Minecraft movie starts, and as soon as the logo for the Minecraft creators or whatever comes up,
Yeah.
huge cheers in the theater,
Ugh.
applauding. Then it continued. As soon as Jack Black comes on the screen,
Yes.
everyone cheers.
Well, why not? He's lovely.
Every time there was a new Minecraft character, cheers and yelling throughout the entire movie.
So it's like Seinfeld. Like they have to clap at the beginning. They have to clap when Newman comes in. They have to clap when
Exactly.
Kramer comes in.
But-
Yeah.
But it was natural, and it was the entire theater of kids doing this. There
I
wasn't
don't know.
prompts,
If,
and
yeah. I mean, I can't think about when we were,
I've
when
never
I
seen
was
a
in
movie
middle
like this.
school, if there's anything they could have made a movie like that would make me cheer every scene. I don't think
Right.
there was.
And also a lot of like shouting out the lines or the name of the character that popped up on screen.
That's nice.
And, like some pig with a crown comes out and everyone freaks out. And I don't know. I was told afterwards it's it's an ode to some video game streamer who died of cancer or something. But all the middle school kids know all this and they're all yelling and screaming. I've never seen anything like this.
I have to be honest.
Go ahead, Katie. Yeah.
I don't know really what Minecraft is, and I feel like you two are speaking a different language.
And I barely know what it. Robert played it. It was a video game that you play on your computer, with keyboards and mice and whatnot. And it was. I do remember that there were square pigs because everything is made of like blocks. So I did like the pigs, but I never saw any with a crown.
Things?
You can build things.
You build things.
Mhm.
So, and I looked it up. It came out in 2009.
The game did. Yeah.
Yeah, the game.
Oh, the game.
The game.
Mhm.
So I guess it's in that right age that these kids all played it as little kids.
Mm-hmm.
And now before they got into Fortnite and everything, it was Minecraft. And I've never seen a movie where the kids were so engaged. And I've gone to a lot of kid movies.
Yeah.
I've slept through a lot of kid movies.
Good.
And it was impossible here. Now we did not have when they had the zombie chicken, everyone in the theater freaked out.
Yeah.
But there was no popcorn throw in or anything. I
Okay.
was prepared because
Okay.
they had a new thing at my theater now where if you get the larger popcorn, it's refillable. So I felt like that was
Oh my
setting up to
God.
allow me to just throw it up in the air.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would you throw popcorn?
This has become a
that's
thing.
What's going on.
Yeah.
And to the
What
point
do
that
you,
they
no.
We should go back
like
and
I'm
explain.
5. Explain it to me.
Yeah,
I
there-
don't understand.
there is a part in the movie
Mm-hmm.
where they're in a wrestling ring and there's a chicken and then this box comes down and the box opens up and this little baby zombie character drops out of the box
Right.
and lands on the chicken. And I don't know what that means, but the entire theater freaks out. And there's
Wasn't
a
it-
trend going around TikTok
Yeah.
last week for opening week that when they freak out, the kids blow air horns, throw their popcorn buckets in the air.
Scream.
And
Just go
scream.
crazy. Yeah.
There was a video I saw this week of someone taking a live chicken into the theater just to throw in the air during this time.
The
I
poor
don't know.
people that work there.
Well, there's been
That
warnings and cop
sucks.
calls and stuff, so I think that settled things down for week 2.
Well, chickens are not a good indoor animal. They
As a
are.
rule,
They're
no.
messy. They can't be. As far as I know, they can't be box trained.
Well, I am anti any animal in places where food is served.
Okay, I can see that. All right. So
I
you wouldn't bring your
just-
dog to this movie.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Katie, you were going to say something because you look really lost.
I absolutely, you lost me at the chickens.
Yeah.
I am so,
If,
and
I
I think a
understand.
zombie, I got nothing for this. I don't.
You
know.
just watch. I know you live on social media. Watch for the phrase chicken jockey because it is out there.
Chicken jockey, that's what it
Hashtag
is.
chicken jockey.
and that's
it.
what everyone screamed this time.
Yeah. Well, that's
is
good.
They all
That's
scream
nice.
chicken jockey when this drops in.
I went and saw like Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi when they came out, and I don't remember this kind of excitement for
Right.
that.
And I saw the Deadpool movie last year, and there were a few cheers
Yeah.
when there were surprise characters going up. I've never seen anything like this. And for middle schoolers to do it, normally middle schoolers are all quiet and embarrassed and don't want to
Sullen,
be the
yeah,
kid to call it out. But it was as if it was organized by all these kids before going.
I
I've never
can't.
seen anything like it.
The last movie I heard cheering like that at was Titanic, only at the end. That's all I can
Oh,
remember.
huge standing ovation at the end
Of course.
because these kids were going to enjoy it no matter how good the movie was.
Do you think these kids are going to grow up to the kind of adults that clap after a successful airplane landing?
Hey,
What?
don't knock that.
Oh, you do that?
I mean, so I've been on a couple of flights where it was really, really rough.
Dicey.
And, like, dicey. Yes. and after like a kind of crazy landing, I've been on a plane where people have clapped.
I
And it's
see.
more like relief.
I clap for the when the flight attendants do the announcements.
But
I like
like
that.
a seal.
Yeah, well, no, not like a seal, and not like the performer seal. Just like your old buddy Rob. That's all. Just like he said, you want to make sure if you need a seatbelt extender, and I'm like, you go, girl. Yes, queen. That's how I do it. Anyway, so we've done a lot of good. So let's take a break, and when we come back, we will do some news, and Josh has some AI updates for us, which is exciting.
I just tweaked it to make it more fitting for today's show.
Absolutely fantastic. We will tweak for you. So stick around, folk. We'll be right back. Mike O'Mara will be back for the bonus show this weekend. It's Rob and Katie and Josh, and we're so pleased you took some time to spend it with us today, because a friend is a stranger you haven't met yet. We'll be right back. I'm so excited to have this client back because they changed my life last year. Pesty. Now, it's summertime, or not summertime, but springtime, and it's getting warmer, and you deal with a lot of warmth down there in Savannah, Katie. Do you get bugs?
Oh my God, the sand gnats.
Yes, I know. You almost named you had a minor league team.
We had a
named the
minor
Sand
league
Gnats.
team, the Savannah Sand Gnats. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're not as athletically oriented up here in Leesburg, but we got ants. We got ants like crazy. And when the warmth comes, the ants come inside, and it's enough to make you nuts. That's why you need Pesty. I used it last year. They're back with us this year, and I'll be all over it again, because the last thing you want to see, and I pride myself on a lovely, clean kitchen, and you can't have a clean kitchen if ants are everywhere. Pesty is all you need. You think about the hundreds and hundreds of dollars you would spend if you got a service, but you order Pesty. It comes with gloves. It comes with a sprayer. It comes with the mix. It's everything you need. As a matter of fact, you put in your zip code, it'll tell you what kind of kit you need, and it'll send it to you.
Oh, that's cool.
And so you put on the gloves, you charge up the thing, you put the fluid in, and you go and you just squirt the seams of your house. It takes, seriously, 10 minutes. And it is so reasonable. Now, Katie, you'll love this. It is kid-friendly. It is pet-friendly, so you don't need to worry if you have animals or children running around. You don't want your children to
Licking the walls.
You don't want them licking the walls or anything like that. And also, there's a 100% satisfaction guarantee. If it doesn't work for you, you get your money back. And so Pesty, if you're dealing with bugs, you got to do Pesty. And also, it is so great to have them back on the show. Remember, every kit includes a sprayer, a mixing bag, pesticide, gloves, and an instructions to let you know that you can get your house bug-free in under 10 minutes. So protect your home from bugs with Pesty. Go to pesty.com/TMOS for an extra 10% off your order. That's PESTIE.com/TMOS for an extra 10% off. Thank you, Pesty, for coming and being a part of our fun. How about this? Pesty is the bestie. Oh, let's talk about Taylor Swift. We got news here. I got really great, hard-hitting news. Taylor Swift is angry, but I'll tell you who's really pissed is Kelsey. What is it? Travis Kelsey. He is out of his mind because Kanye has tweeted that Taylor Swift had sex with Justin Bieber and Harry Styles. Now, first of all, do you believe that?
I don't think I don't think it's my place to ever assume.
Boo. Do you think it's true? Just come on, make an opinion. I think it is. How about that? What do you think of that? And she should own up to it. However,
I don't care.
I thank you, Josh. I don't care who she slept with. I don't.
Listen,
Are we supposed to have a list? Is this like public? Everyone's supposed to have a list for
I don't think
for her?
so, but listen, Mike's not here. I've got to cover the Bieber stuff. I just got to do it. So anyway, the thing is that Kelsey is outraged and says he wants to have it out with Kanye man to man. Would you like to see that fight? I would like to see that fight.
Kanye's always had issues with her.
Yeah,
They've
that's
gone back
true.
and forth a few times.
Kanye's a mess, and again, something else that I just don't care about. Like, the man needs help. Clearly, nah. Somebody needs to take his phone away.
Take his phone away like should he be allowed to see the Minecraft movie? He's going to yell something. You know he is.
I'm sure he's got a private theater for that.
I'm sure he does too. Anyway, I think, I think that okay, so our official thing is who cares? Even Harry Styles, he's dreamy, this Harry Styles.
Who cares?
I
Do we have
enjoy-
Harry Styles list?
I don't have Harry Styles list. I got to give people a reason to tune in tomorrow. Jelly Roll, celebrity I most resemble, which is nice. He has okay, this is a 2-part guessing game for each of you.
Okay.
How much weight has he lost? And what is his current weight? Jelly Roll.
Oh, I don't know
Popular
enough about
singer, Jelly Roll. How much weight would you say is a lot of weight to lose?
Again, none of my business, and I don't
No, but this
care.
I'm getting somewhere with this.
Okay. I have
All right,
no
if you
idea.
don't want to guess, you don't have to guess.
150 pounds.
He's lost 200 pounds.
What?
That's
And-
one of me.
Well, it's almost one of me. And then he's now 357 pounds, which means when we first started seeing Jelly Roll, he was 540 pounds. How about that? A quarter ton.
Great.
Did he also sleep with Taylor Swift?
Yes, but she was not aware of it. That's the thing. When he laid down, he looked like the guy on Operation, Josh. He just couldn't see anything. But here's the thing that's great about Jelly Roll. No, not the facial tattoos, but the fact that he's going to continue. He wants to lose 100 more pounds because he wants to go skydiving with his wife in Bunny. That's right. And where are they going skydiving? They're going to Europe and to skydive once he gets down to 250 pounds. They're going to skydive in Sweden. I guess that's.
Would you guys ever skydive?
Oh, yeah, I would. I'd have to get down a few more pounds, but I would do it. Yeah. Would
Wait,
you?
there's a weight. So you're saying there's a weight limit?
That's why he has to get down to 250. Yeah.
I just looked it up. 250 pounds is the max for tandem jumps.
I see.
What? I mean.
Because you would need a bigger parachute.
Oh. For real?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
For a parachute that big, he's probably jumping out of like a 737.
Right. Or it'd be multiple, like military when they drop off tanks and everything, and they've got the 4 parachutes on the corners.
I
have to
see.
do something like that.
No, it makes sense now. I get it. Okay.
But you did just compare Jelly Roll to a tank.
Well, that was because the first thing that popped in my head was actually the movie.
Okay.
The movie Operation Dumbo Drop, and I thought an elephant comparison would not be safe, so I changed it to a tank.
That's where your brain goes.
That's where my brain went.
Operation
Yes.
Dumbo Drop.
Well, I would see a movie Operation Jelly Roll Drop. I would go see that. Does it mean anything to you if I say the name Amy Lou Wood?
Yeah, it's the Tooth Girl.
Exactly, Josh. Good call. And they did
White Lotus.
They did a funny sketch. Saturday Night Live, highly recommended this week. It was John Hamm, and they had an amazing.
I like John Hamm.
They had an amazing open with the guy doing Donald Trump for Easter that was very, very funny. But then they brought the Trump character back in a filmed piece called The White POTUS, where all the people in current politics were on the White Lotus. And one of the things they did, and I love it, is they got the lady to put on the big fake teeth to be the lady from the White Lotus. They really overdid the teeth.
But the problem is those are her real teeth.
I know. And the problem is that Amy Lou says, enough. She says, and I quote, "I did find the SNL thing mean and unfunny. Such a shame because I had such a great time watching it a couple weeks ago. Yes, take the piss for sure." I like how British people say that. That's the insult. Take the piss for sure. That's what the show is about. But there might be a cleverer, more nuanced, less cheap way. At least get the accent right. Seriously. I respect accuracy even if it's mean. It was
I think
one
mean
line.
And unfunny is a good description for SNL.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I screamed out loud laughing when I saw it. I thought it was great. Well, finally someone's addressing it. Yeah, we're all thinking
Addressing
it.
what?
Her teeth.
So she has an overbite. Yes.
Yeah,
but
and none of her teeth are social distancing. It looks like COVID in her mouth. None of them touch. You wouldn't like a scene, and I've described this before, of her sitting down at a table at the resort and squirting mashed potatoes through her teeth.
We've gone over this before. I think, Rob, you're very sensitive to these teeth and very focused on them when you watch this show.
Yeah, it is. Because I wanted her to be.
You like
it's
her
not
with
what
her
I.
mouth shut?
I loved her character.
I thought she was
I liked her
great.
character too, but the teeth, they threw me. They genuinely threw me. And I applaud SNL for taking the brave stance. How about that? Am I going to get canceled for that? for liking that?
No,
No, it was funny. Funny teeth
that's
are funny.
not what's going to get you canceled.
Thank you. Hey, Rosie O'Donnell's been out of the news for a while, and this
Oh,
is
boy.
fun. I did not know this. There are so many things to love about her, but one of the best things that I found out today is that she has always felt that Lyle and Eric Menendez were innocent and acted in self-defense.
I mean,
Always as in since she watched the Netflix show.
No, always as since it happened. Like she's been
well,
following
like
it
she
for
always.
yeah.
Okay.
Was she
And-
outspoken about it before?
I don't think so, but she watched the documentary in 2022, the one you just mentioned, and it reiterated and re-energized her support for them on TikTok. And so this weekend, they've gotten together. I guess it has to be via like a Skype or something. I don't think she visited
No,
them in the
she left
prison.
the country and said she'd never come back. So
Yeah.
I can't see her coming back for them.
But now they're visiting. The Menendez brothers and Rosie are visiting, and she says, quote, "For the first time in my life, I felt safe enough to trust and be vulnerable and love a straight man." So if you wanted to know what Rosie's into, it's teenage murderers. That's what she likes.
Goodness.
Because is there any doubt that they planned it and killed them? The parents?
Absolutely not. I mean,
No.
they admitted that. The thing is sort of the deep dive on the abuse that they.
Right. Was it self-defense?
Yeah.
But still, this is a weird, if you're going to like state your absolute opinion and really put your reputation on something, I'd probably stay away from this, especially
You're
since
talking
he's sort
about
of,
Rosie O'Donnell and reputation.
I know she's sort of on shaky ground as
I'm
it is.
sure she cares.
All right. What's your take on Ed Sheeran? Good looking guy.
Great songwriter.
Great
Right.
songwriter.
Performer. Yeah, I think he's
I ran into
fantastic.
him once in Nats Park.
What?
Did you really?
Yeah, because I had the seats right behind home plate
Yeah.
as a gift, and he happened to be back there as well.
Was
Oh,
it
that's so
Redhead
cool.
Night?
No, but it took me a moment to place who he was. I just
Yeah.
knew it was a redhead I knew.
He's I actually like him because he played himself in a self-deprecating manner in the movie Yesterday, where it's a movie.
That was
The
funny.
Beatles movie.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Beatles movie. A guy wakes up and he's the only person who remembers the Beatles. I don't want to throw the Beatles on this, but I like the fact that he was self-deprecating enough to take the role. But here's another reason to love him. He went on eBay and he bought a pub, an
I read about
actual
this.
British
Yeah.
pub, and he set it up in a barn in his backyard. And he doesn't call it a man cave. He calls it more rather a man catacomb. But you go through a tunnel and it's got an actual bar from England in his backyard. And I think, you know what? I would do that if I could. He calls it Lancaster Lock.
Do you know who sort of discovered and gave him his first break?
Who?
Jamie Foxx saw him in
Really?
like performing in some little club somewhere, and Jamie Foxx was like, "This kid's gonna be somebody," and he essentially was couch surfing.
Mhm.
So he let Ed Sheeran come like sleep on his couch for
Wow.
like 6 months. And Jamie Foxx has like a full studio, like recording
Yeah.
studio
Mhm.
and everything. And he, he was, and that's essentially what.
That's
what
crazy. I
gave
had no
him
idea.
his
I
really
had
big first break.
Was
no-
he like a little kid, like Bieber and Diddy?
No,
Yeah.
Was
It
it
was-
the same relationship?
I think he was a bit older than the Bieber thing.
Come on
And
into
I
the-
thought it was Usher who discovered Bieber.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know. They're all the same.
Yeah.
Musicians.
Here's a fun fact for the day. Chuck E. Cheese. His middle name is Entertainment. Did you know that? Charles Entertainment Cheese. And there is a book on his origin story. And I don't know if this is too dark or not. The reason he loves doing what he does is Chuck E. Cheese is an orphan who doesn't know his own birthday, so he goes to other kids' birthday parties.
That's so sad.
No, it's creepy.
It is.
It's setting up for a horror movie.
It really is.
Well, I mean, if you've ever been in a Chuck E. Cheese, it is like walking into it's terrifying.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
Yeah, all
So-
those kids.
Animatronic. And bad pizza? My God.
The worst pizza. Absolutely. All right, let's close with this. You can bet on almost anything. We've proven that, right? I mean, You can bet on horse races. Carrie's betting on golf and everything. But there is a new sport in Los Angeles that is going to have betting about. You have to go to a live stream. They do it in a big theater, and it's a sperm racing event. That's about the reaction I hope for.
I don't know what to say because I can't think of. There's too many questions, and
Well,
there's too many questions that are not necessarily appropriate.
Okay, well, I'll just give you what the press release says, and maybe that'll answer some of your questions. Sperm racing is going to be live streaming April 25th, so you've got plenty of days to get ready, from the Hollywood Palladium Theater on Sunset Boulevard. You can go there, or you can, of course, live stream it. They've actually built a microscopic racetrack, so guys can go head-to-head and see who's got the fastest swimmers. The track mimics the dynamics of a woman's reproductive system.
Did you just say they go head
Wait.
to head?
Yeah, wait,
I did.
guys,
I
wait.
did.
They are released in the wild?
I think so.
It's not frozen or something?
Again, very vague. I think a lot of these details will
I can
reveal
assure
themselves.
you, my farmer's almanac has nothing about this.
Then they're saying this is smart because it turns our attention to male fertility, and you can train for it, just like any other sport.
There are animal breeding guides in here.
Okay, that's not what we're looking for.
Yeah.
though.
No.
No.
Is it Jessica Simpson we were talking about last week? Will she be over here?
Yeah.
That's
She
into the snake.
She's.
snake
I don't think she's there. But you know what? Again, there's still time for it to change. The new league will have everything other sports have, including press conferences. Explain to me this phrase: weigh-ins, play-by-play commentary, and betting. You can, of course, pick your favorites and bet on winners. They're going to have competitors from UCLA and USC.
This is the
so
dumbest
it's a
thing
crosstown
I've ever heard.
rivalry. Is it?
And
Yeah, and gross.
where's this being held?
In Hollywood.
No. What type of building?
Oh, the Hollywood
bar?
Palladium. No, the Hollywood Palladium Theater, which is sort of a big deal.
Yeah, that's
It's on Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah, that's a normal venue.
Yeah, it is. Well, not after they get it ready. Not after they put up the obstacle course.
They're gonna have to clean up.
They are. And the last thing in the press release is that if you can free up some free time, they really want everybody to come. So if you can make it, that would be great. Don't shake your head at me.
I'll see you there.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes twice. And talk about training, a lifetime of training. But let's move on, shall we? We'll be right back. And we got flying ladies right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. This program is sponsored by one of the greatest of all time, Liquid IV. Times are hard, so treat yourself by getting yourself the everyday indulgence of extraordinary hydration from Liquid IV, powered by LIV Hydroscience, which, by the way, it's a registered trademark. This is the time of year you really got to worry about hydration because it's getting warmer outside. You're doing stuff. You want to make sure you feel better when you're hydrated. And sometimes if you go too long without a glass of water, it takes a while to catch up. That's why Liquid IV is great. It speeds up the whole process and it tastes great. I'm talking flavors like white peach, rainbow sherbet, raspberry lemonade. It's so great. You taste it and it's just like a festival of flavor in your mouth. But they come in these little packets. They call them sticks. And you put them in there and unlike sports drinks, Liquid IV delivers 3 times the electrolytes and 8 essential vitamins and is always GMO, vegan, and allergen-free. We've been telling you these facts for years, and if you haven't tried it, this is on you. If you want to feel better, you got to get yourself some Liquid IV. It make you as happy as getting a brand new shipment from Temu. It's good stuff. So tear, pour, and live more. Liquid IV. Treat yourself to an extraordinary hydration from Liquid IV and get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code TMOS at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code TMOS at liquidiv.com. Get the Liquid IV. We love it. Today we're sending TV people into space, right, Josh?
Yeah, today is the in about 15 minutes, 9:30 this morning.
Yes.
This all-female group, or a crew as they call it, gets flown into space.
So that in the back is Katy Perry and Gail
Katy Perry,
King, right?
Gail King, and then someone in there's like a social influencer or something.
They should leave her in space.
Now, here's the problem. The reason that crew is a bunch of people like celebrities and stuff is because the crew doesn't actually fly the spaceship. It's
so
just-
Katy
they're
Perry is
really
not
just-
flying the rocket?
No, and no, not a single one. You would think there'd be one pilot on there.
Yeah.
It's just a ride.
I heard that
It's a robot.
the Blue Shark is going to be steering it from Katy Perry's halftime show.
So-
Timely reference from
So-
6 years ago.
So
So it is
essentially,
just-
it's like being.
It's flown by remote.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like Space
So
Mountain.
they're just.
So they're just
sitting
going
in
for
going
a
on
ride.
a plane ride. They're
They
just going
go
on
up.
a ride.
They go
Mhm.
up 62 miles
Wow.
and then they parachute back down.
So,
And-
how
But they
long
don't
does it take?
they're not wearing parachutes, the
No.
craft parachutes, right?
Yes. Yes.
How long
They're
do
all
they
under
stay up
250 pounds.
Yeah, how
How
long are
much
they
do
up
they-
there?
A second. I mean, let's see.
Is that-
So
from the
they're
press
like going.
release.
Are they
They
going
go
up
up.
and back today?
Yeah.
Yeah, in like 20 minutes.
No, I know they're leaving in 20
No,
minutes.
and they come back like 20 minutes later.
Yeah. It's short.
Oh,
Yeah.
They
come
literally,
on! That's
it-
the
it's-
stupidest thing I've ever heard.
it's like one of
Except
the
for
rockets you
earlier
shot as a kid,
today.
where it
Yeah.
would shoot up in the air and then
Yeah.
parachute down.
And then
Yeah. Yeah, like a CO2 rocket, not like a bottle rocket which goes up and blows up.
No, it says it takes off vertically. 62 miles, it separates from the rocket,
Uh-huh.
and then it lands 2 miles from the launch pad.
So they hope.
Right.
So,
And they
What
keep
is your
talking
take
about
on
this-
this?
Well, they
Katie?
keep talking about this. It's the first time since the Russia in the 60s had an all-female crew. But I hate calling these people crew because they're not
They're
doing
not.
anything.
And to be fair, that Russian crew was a cleaning crew. I'm kidding. It's not really.
I
I-
just don't think I'd want to be in a tin can with Katy Perry.
Katy Perry?
And
Do you
Gayle
think
King.
Katy
I
Perry?
don't want to get that in touch with my.
You think they're going to be talking on the way up?
Oh,
they've got all those-
I don't think either it's gonna. I just feel it would be screechy. Because
Screechy.
personally, if you shot me into space, I'd be screaming the whole way up and the whole
I've
way
never
back.
thought of it, Katie. I want you here on terra firma.
And
I just don't.
yeah, I now hope there's a GoPro inside of that capsule.
Oh, there's like
I just-
everyone has their perfect angle. Did you see, Josh?
I
Pull
don't
that picture
understand the
back
point.
up.
Can you put the picture up again?
Please put that picture.
Yes.
Can we say Photoshop?
Yeah,
Look
exactly.
At them. They haven't looked like that. None of them have looked that good in 15 years.
In the
Well-
front row, is that not?
It doesn't
Is
even
that not
look
Courtney
real.
Cox? Is that not Courtney Cox in the front row?
No.
An older Courtney Cox?
Also, I've never seen anyone from NASA in an outfit like that.
I would love
I
to
don't
see.
think this is a real photo. I really don't think this is a real photo, Josh.
You don't think it's real?
It's on BBC.com. Is where I
Yeah,
pulled the
sounds
photo
pretty real
from.
to me. Yeah.
It's the official photo from Blue Origin, which is the name of the company.
Wouldn't you like to
Okay.
see Neil Armstrong in an outfit like that? Some really nice tight trousers that shows off what he's got going on.
Oh, and
That
one
would
of
have
those-
really made the space program work in
one
the
of those
60s.
women is Jeff Bezos' fiance.
Well, let's go back and pick out which one. Okay, so we know it's not in the top two. I'm going to go front left. I think that's the fiance. Katie, your guess?
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay. Josh, your thought?
I feel like the
I
woman
don't
on
know.
the front right, I feel like I recognize her from something.
Yeah, and also
The one in
Agent.
the middle
Go-
with the necklace looks like she's the one that could actually maybe pilot.
Well,
if
her
something
name
No, I
is.
think the
She's a
one.
little serious.
I think the woman on the front right looks like she's got some knowledge.
Okay. Then if she has a lot of knowledge, she's not taking this trip. She doesn't have a lot of knowledge. And also the one that is in the middle with the necklace that Josh brought up, I think her name was Wynn because I saw it on her sexy spacesuit. I think that you
Oh, do
should
they
not
have
be.
names?
Yeah,
Oh, they
there's
do.
yeah.
Oh.
I don't
Okay.
think you should be wearing. It looks like a guitar pick. I don't think you should put a guitar pick on a chain right before you take off to space. That could kill you, couldn't it? Like a flying guitar pick in the outer space. Anybody?
I'm sorry. I'm just stuck on. I
The-
can't figure out who these people are.
All right, the Flynn lady in the front.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is Kara Ann Flynn.
Okay.
She had a successful career in fashion and human resources,
Oh, that's
Okay.
and spent the last decade of her energy on community building through board service and nonprofit work.
Fashion and
Good for
human
her.
resources. I'm sure she's qualified to be on a spaceship.
well. Again, she's just
None of
taking
these
a
people are.
ride.
It's a
Yeah.
ride.
It really is a little disappointing that they're just strapping in, going for what's not really a ride. I bet they could, if they can take this. I wonder if they could take like the what was the Disney ride that made Mike throw up?
The no, it made me as well. The
Okay.
Event, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
A
I
lot
mean,
of spinning.
I wonder if they could
Oh.
handle Guardians of the Galaxy, or if this is less intense than that.
So back to sort of skydiving. I would like go up to space and come right back down, but I wouldn't go skydiving.
Because you weigh more than 250 pounds.
I need 2 parachutes.
Yes.
Um,
But I
actually-
mean, I guess I would do the space ride, but it doesn't seem. It just does.
Eh.
It seems like it's a stunt, right?
I mean,
It's
just-
I don't understand. I think I think it's because they don't want to talk about Elon Musk and SpaceX.
Okay.
So I think it's
guess.
to get a different company out there, even though it's just going up and down.
I don't.
Who's
get it.
who's a worse choice? Let's close with this thought: Gail King or Katy Perry? I say
Perry.
Katy Perry because Gail King will talk about it on whatever talk show she's on.
No, because Katy Perry, they can now use like that fireworks song and stuff. So they've got some music they can go with it. So if things go bad, they've got
And
a
we're
good-
not
they've got a good
saying things
spin.
are going to go. They got 9 minutes and everything's good.
And they're just passengers. They can't screw it up.
no.
Or
Except
can
that
they?
The necklace. What if the necklace gets loose and gets jammed in like the distributor cap? I don't know how the engines work, but
I've
something.
been trying to Google to figure out about the other ladies,
Yeah,
and there is nothing about them.
maybe they're AI.
That
Oh.
picture looks practically AI. I'm surprised that they would put out something that is so blatantly airbrushed.
Speaking of AI, people have been turning dogs into people and people into dogs. And I love that Josh is on top of the AI. And I appreciate, Josh, I don't think you made an action figure of yourself this weekend.
No,
Did
no,
you?
I saw. So my wife pointed out that the TikTok trend was make my dog into a human.
Right.
So I said, well, there's pressure for us to make TikToks for the Mike O'Mara show.
Right.
So I said, this is an easy one.
Okay.
So
So
that's what I
let's-
did. So I loaded this picture of my dog.
And the
Oh,
dog's
look at
name
that
is
sweet
again?
girl.
This is Bella,
Bella is
Bella.
gorgeous. She got sad eyes, but I think
Yeah.
she's a happy girl.
and here she is as a human. And somehow it worked,
It does.
and I don't
It's-
understand.
I love the fact
But
they
it
left the Raven's kerchief on her.
That's fantastic.
And they got the hair and the eyes down,
the hair
Right.
and the
the
eyes.
expression, and it looks like her.
That's
Right.
so great.
That's
So this-
crazy.
So then this morning, I took that photo of Rob, Mike, and I, and said, "Well, make us dogs."
Okay.
Because AI with
Oh.
Mike always goes well.
Yeah, Mike is not a friend of the artificial intelligence, or as our
Oh.
new Secretary of Education
Oh,
calls
boy.
it, A1.
A1.
So did you do the
She
A1
called
of
it
the three of
A1?
us? Yeah.
Yes.
Have you
Okay,
s-
well,
have
here's
you-
the A1 of the three of us. It's great.
And once again, Josh, you are the best looking. You must tip the AI people because,
I mean, I don't know. I don't have on any clothes for some reason.
well, you know what? You're welcome, ladies. But
Rob's is fully dressed.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm in my
Mike
leather
just has
jumpsuit,
on-
and Mike's in a
think Mike-
pool outfit.
Is it just a shirt?
No,
he
well, it's
Winnie
based
the
on
Poohin'?
This is from our
Donald
Vegas.
Duckin'.
There's only one picture of the three of us, of me, Mike, and Josh, and the one picture we have is from the
This is the
Vegas
picture.
show. See, so Mike is in like a cabana outfit.
Yes, he
I'm
is.
dressed as Elvis in 1968, and Josh
Full
is just
leather
Josh.
suit.
Yes.
Oh, not Aesop brings up something funny is that Josh, you're a lady dog.
Well, that's a good time to transition. That since Katie was on here, I figured, well, I better run a picture of Katie.
Oh,
for the AI as
how
well.
fun!
Dear.
Yeah.
Katie, we have you as a dog.
Now that's that. Did I not?
I'm a corgi. I'm a corgi.
On a previous episode of Cake and Cookies, Katie said, "What kind of dog am I?" I said, "A corgi," and she says, "No, too much butt." I said, "No, not the butt, the face."
It works.
I'm a corgi. I am very short. I'm only like 5'1".
That's the. You know what? I am so glad I woke up today.
Floofy pantalones.
Wow.
And that's my Savannah Ghost Pirate scarf.
Yeah, it is based off your Facebook profile picture.
Oh my
So
god.
Katie's a corgi. I'm an older dog, and of course now we have proof that Josh is a bitch. So when we come back, I've got a TikTok idea that's going to set the world on fire. So I thought Saturday night, now that I'm sober and I've got 24 hours behind me, I'm going to see what you guys think. And I don't mean sober from drinking. I had a gummy. That's all. Just one. That's all. We'll talk about it. Soul. It's funny that this should come up because soul is a big part of our next story. The soul gummies are so great for everything, but their new one, which is called the nightcap gummy, this is a variation on what they used to have as a sleepy gummy, but this is the nightcap gummy from their out of office series of gummies, and it's got a little THC. So if you take one right before bed, it really helps you sleep. And because it's just a gummy, you don't wake up feeling groggy or hungover or anything. Here's the deal. It contains THC, also contains CBN and CBD, so you'll sleep deeply and wake up without feeling groggy. And of course, because it's soul, they taste fantastic. Blueberry lemonade. How great does that sound? Have yourself a blueberry lemonade gummy right before bed and you'll sleep like a champ. And I can prove it. They work. They love it.
I
And
took
Mike
one
loves
last
them
night.
too. Did you? And how did you do?
It's
How did you
great
fare?
every night.
Yeah, it does. And if you want a little something extra, this is not even in the copy, but I'll say it. The out-of-office sparkling lemonades are too good.
Yes.
Really easy to drink a lot of them, and they're most excellent. So if you want a cold, sparkling treat, I recommend that, and Josh does too. So hit snooze on crappy sleep and prepare for a great night. Getsoul.com. That's GETSOUL. Getsoul.com and use the code TMOS for 30% off your order. It's 30% off your order using the code TMOS. That's getsoul.com and use TMOS for 30% off. I've used all of their products and I love all of their products. So thank you, Soul, for being a part of the show. Now, I took a Soul gummy on Saturday. And as Josh said, we've been pressured to do TikToks. And I did a really nerdy TikTok over the weekend about radio jingles. Because
I saw it. It popped up on my feed.
How fast did you block it?
Actually, it was really interesting.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. I actually told that little story to Carla, and she said, "That's interesting. Make a TikTok." I said, "No one's going to care." And I think I'm right. But anyway, I was thinking of other TikToks I could do. And one of my favorite social media people is, and Josh, I'm curious, have you ever heard of the name Neil Sedaka?
I know the name, yes.
But do you know anything about him?
No, he's a science or space or something related, right?
Exactly. He wrote hit songs.
No.
And so
All right, he's a musician. Got
he's
it.
a musician and a singer.
I know the name.
And you would know some of his songs. You actually would.
I'm sure I would.
But I've been following him on TikTok, and I was so inspired that I bought a 2 LP set of his greatest hits that was still sealed in the plastic from 1980. And it's tremendous. A lot. And keep in mind, he also wrote Love Will Keep Us Together. Based on that alone, for Captain and Tennille, he could have had a good career.
Calendar Girl.
Yep.
Give me
Both
more.
versions of Breaking Up Is Hard to Do, Laughter in the Rain, Bad Blood, Oh Carol. Lots of songs spanning many, many years. But he always starts his TikTok videos with one of his grandkids or something.
I love him so much.
I do too. He's great. And he's got to be like
treasure.
150 years old. And he starts his TikToks with, "Hi, this is Neil Sedaka, and I'm here with my niece, Sally." And then he does something. The one that really got me this weekend is he was complaining that his Wikipedia had the wrong height on it for him. And so he said, "Hi, this is Neil Sedaka. I'm 5'8", and anyone who says I'm 5'7", that's baloney." So I've been following. Oh, but first he said he was with his granddaughter.
Such a great sort of. It's a New York accent, but it's a very specific.
Very specific. I think
New
Long
York
Islandy or
accent.
maybe Brooklyny. I
yeah.
can't find it, but
it's like the hard G's, like
yeah.
Long
So
Island.
I was doing that, and I was eating a gummy, and I said, "What if I came on with an inanimate object, say this iPhone?" And I said, just start it without any explanation. I said, "Hi, this is Neil Sedaka. This is my granddaughter, and I want to tell you about something. I don't want to spoil it here, but to do a series of inane Neil Sedaka TikToks. But here's the magic. We tag Neil in all of them. And eventually he'll have to comment and share them or at least say, stop it, or do something, or I love it. But that way we are piggybacking on the huge Neil Sedaka fan base. Josh, you are a social media guru.
I will
many-
find
how
a
many views
coattail
does
and
this guy
I
have?
will. What? Sorry.
Katie's right. I will ride any coattail that's presented to me. But Josh, what is your thought as a social media analyst?
How many followers does this guy have? Does he have much interaction?
I think he has
yeah.
a lot of followers.
Oh yeah. Look at
So-
that.
176,000.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah,
That's
now
nothing to
here's the
sneeze
deal.
at. What?
He is following only 4 people. So I think your goal needs to be number 5.
Hi, this is Neil Sedaka, and I don't
Ooh.
follow people. People follow me, and I don't follow them. This is my nephew, Bill. And so, so that's my project, to see if people will go on it. And then if we
It'll
slip
just
into
be me watching it, but eventually this could pay out.
No, I want. Oh, we just got this in. Neil Sedaka was born March 13th in Brooklyn, New York. Also a Pisces. That's why we're going to get on so well.
I think
But-
go ahead and give it a try.
Yeah. Do you
Go
think
for
we
the
could be
angle
the?
to be number 5.
Who are the 4 people he follows? Does it show that?
Yeah, I think it's his son or his grandson. Let's see.
His granddaughter, probably. His
Yeah.
granddaughter and
the name is
grandson.
Michael, and it's a. All right, it is a boy. All right.
Good.
Sorry, the picture confused me.
I understand.
All right,
As
so
the
he
picture of your
follows-
dog did. Yeah.
Yes, he follows Michael Sedaka, Elliot James Ray,
Sedaka.
whatever, Matt Thomas, and Primary Wave.
I don't know any of those
They are
people.
his music publisher.
Hi.
Matt Thomas.
Is this
is
Primary
a
Wave?
musician.
This is Neil Sedaka, and you need to publish my right. He sings duets with his family, which I think
Yeah.
is charming. I love
It's
it.
adorable. He'll play the piano, or sometimes like his grandchildren, they'll play the piano and they sing like one of his songs and stuff. It is
It's
so sweet.
Yeah. But I think Neil Sedaka is our way to conquer TikTok. Also, he skews a little older. It's kind of like
Just
our
a
audience.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
I think
the audience fits.
yeah, I think it's a good fit. So I will be number 6 on his hit parade.
Goals.
So you think, but when I was now here's the the flip side of this record. When I called you on Saturday and presented it, Katie, I was probably quite excited.
Woo!
And did you walk away from it the way you walked away from hearing about the Minecraft movie? Like, I don't understand any of this.
No, I understand more about Neil Sedaka than I do.
Yeah, but did
about
you understand what I was trying to do? That's what I got to know.
Yes, but
Okay, good.
I think it was pretty clear that you were California sober at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I was very, very excited.
You
So,
were all keyed up.
I was. And you
But
know
go
what?
with it.
Here's the thing. It's
Those are
still
the best ideas.
it's still exciting to me.
Well, it was really when you were sending me voice notes as Neil Sedaka.
I know. And
That
also
I was
I'm
like,
well, then
wow.
you made me promise that I always answer the phone as Neil Sedaka.
Well, yeah.
It's a great impression. Watch out, Mike O'Mara. You're not the only mimic in town. Love Boat copy. That's what it says, but it means so much more. We're getting ready to do a cruise, and I'll tell you what, you can read the almanac all day, but the one thing you can know is that it's better in the Bahamas, and that's where we're headed. So all aboard the TMOS Love Boat, our first ever party on the high seas. Join the Mike O'Mara Show crew for an unforgettable weekend aboard the stunning MSC Seaside. Set sail from Miami Beach on Friday. Then we return on Monday. This is the weekend of December 5th. And Saturday, we'll hit Nassau. We go to a private island. Oh, my God. On Sunday, yes. Plus a live TMOS show, a TMOS cocktail party, and Jeopardy and Rob Radio. All on the... And then you're on a cruise that has a private chocolate boutique. So, I mean, you can't go wrong. Katie, have you ever gone on a cruise? I'm curious.
I have not. I've never been on a cruise.
You must come.
I don't think I can afford a cruise right now.
There's no weight limit.
That's
Don't have to worry about the
Are
250
you calling me fat?
No.
I'm saying
We're,
no need for a parachute.
that's right.
Oh.
You also get $50 of onboard credit, a Wi-Fi package, and an exclusive TMOS Love Boat gift bag. Balcony cabins are available, but they're going fast.
Ooh.
Basically, you got to get your foot in the door. You don't have to pay all up front. There are payment plans available, but reserve your ticket now. How long do they have to get their reservation in, Josh?
About a month. May
Okay,
15th.
so time's a fleeting, as the
Do
guy
it early.
says. Yeah,
I think
get
we
it
should
in.
make our next cruise just back and forth, like the space flight.
So
20 minutes and we come back.
we'll do it on the tidal basin.
Is that a cruise or an excursion?
It's more of an excursion, I think. If you have any questions, you can go to cruise@mikeomarashow.com. This is huge. Don't miss out. Reserve your cabin today at tmoscruise.com. It's going to be great. And we're all very much looking forward to seeing you there. But now, how about some beautiful video?
Hey, I like that. Some beautiful video.
Jerry
Oh, legal ID.
1580 KLOU, Lake Charles.
I'm not a big Walmart guy. I'm more of a Target guy. I've got a Walmart around here, and I'll buy stuff there, but I'm more of a Target guy. And the thing is, I think you're more likely to see something unexpected at a Walmart. I one time
As
saw
opposed
Germans.
to-
I saw Germans in a Target riding bicycles they hadn't bought. But
Oh, that's an everyday occurrence at Walmart.
yeah, I think they had just brought in a shift of lifeguards for the local pools, and they brought them in from Germany. I don't know, but I did keep an eye on them. But this is something that you would not expect at all when you go into Target and someone is riding a horse.
Okay, have you seen this video posted on our Facebook page? Look at this. It's already gotten about 5 million views.
Two, there's
those
four.
are four horses.
4 horses, yes.
Inside the Baker Walmart, walking, or maybe not galloping, but trotting right past the cashier.
I think
This is
that's a
David
canter.
Hamilton talked to
This
one of
guy.
the men on horseback.
Oh, yeah, that's my emotional support animal. Basically, yeah.
This man and a group of his friends call themselves the Cutthroat Cowboys. Video of them riding through the Baker Walmart was watched millions of times on WBRZ's social media pages. In the video, you can see the riders reining the horses in, and Walmart workers confused on how to handle the situation.
Now, like chickens, horses are not good inside animals.
Well, you can get the little carrier, like a police,
Yeah, well, they do that. Also, the
like
things
the-
that
The poop
the little
pouch?
basket under them. Yeah, the
Yeah.
poop pouch. Yes.
I didn't see any in the video, and I don't think that's the way. What were they? The some kind of
Cutthroat
cowboys?
Cowboys.
The
Here's
Cutthroat
my
Cowboys
question.
aren't about that. Please,
Real
I'll
question.
entertain.
Okay,
Yeah.
it said on the ticker on the bottom says 2 men arrested,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
there were 4 men on horses. So
Well, they got away on
why
horses.
were 2 of
They got
them?
away on horseback.
The 2 with the fastest horses.
They were the fastest.
They were the fastest.
I like this. Let's get more wild animals into these stores, so
No
then they
way.
start banning all animals.
All animals. But
Yeah.
I mean, I buy into emotional support animals. I do. But I don't think a horse is a good one. I think that it should mostly be a dog.
Oh, yeah, there was a
Anything
guy-
you ride shouldn't be an emotional support animal.
Didn't we have a story last week about a guy who got arrested for his 7 emotionally support tigers?
Oh, we didn't get to it, but yeah,
Okay.
we did. That was a guy. Mhm.
I want to see the doctor's note.
Well,
That's
what we learned after our last time we talked about these animals in restaurants and stuff is you do not need a doctor's note. You do not need any vest or paper showing it's an emotional support animal.
you just say it, right?
You just say it.
Yeah.
And that's the rules.
Do you now? Katie has a couple dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
God.
think Presley would be a good emotional support animal?
Oh, yes, but not in a restaurant. She is a beagle.
Yeah, she's noisy and she's
she's a hound. She gets very houndy. But at home, amazing. Like,
Is it true that you are her emotional support animal?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I thought so.
I definitely think that she's the alpha. It's not me.
I understand. Anyone who lives with dogs, they know what you're saying. Okay, I start this next tape with nobody was hurt, which is great. But I always wonder about the rules that you have to read about when you get your driver's license about the amount of space they want you to give to railroad crossings. It seems like, like you have to really make sure you're going to be safe. It seems like they're over. I don't see a lot of trains, so I guess they're over.
Oh, there's train track right through here.
There's
that I stop at regularly.
Train track that goes right through the middle of Savannah, but we're a port. So of course
my
we have
stepmother just took a ride from Miami to Orlando via train. It's a regional train, and she loved it. But I'm just saying, be careful around the train tracks. Don't poo-poo them, as I have, because this might happen.
You're watching WCVB News Center 5 Eye Opener.
Overnight rain has.
And I can't show it because the stupid news station has switched to a live feed to that link. So understand that a car got hit by the train, and it was pretty messed up. So don't do that.
Did they have the bars that go down?
Yeah, but they were still on the train track. I don't get it. I mean, maybe they broke down before the bar came back.
I would think so, because the bars come down, at least here, well before the train.
Yeah.
Well,
and
this
even if
person
I
might
got
have been up to
stuck
no
in
good.
between the bars, I'd have plenty of time to just drive through the bar.
But what if your
or
car
at least
broke down?
get out of the car.
Right.
Well, they
If the car
did get
broke
out of the
down,
car.
That's a different thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So nobody was hurt.
No, nobody was hurt. That's the beauty of it. I'm a little pissed that they pulled the tape, but nobody was hurt. We'll see what happens. Polk County, Josh, that's in Florida,
Yes,
right?
It is. I don't know where it is,
like
but I
Polk
hear about
as
Polk
in
County.
Polka?
No, like
No.
Polk salad. No, Polk, like James K. Polk, the president.
So like Polk without the
Yeah.
Yeah,
Polk.
it's in Polk County. Is
Am I saying it
just,
wrong?
No, Polk. Polk.
Yeah.
Polk.
Yeah.
It is just south of Orlando.
Okay. Well, they've got themselves a teaching situation down there. People that get disciplined, I was never sent to the principal's office. I got close, but I was never sent there.
Oh, I was.
Oh, were you?
Oh, I was suspended a couple times.
That doesn't ring true to your character. Were you a blabbermouth?
You don't get suspended for that.
When I was in second grade, I was paddled every single day except for 2 because I talked too much.
Wow.
I was
paddled, hit?
Yeah, it was a Christian school.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Christian school too. Never saw a paddle.
Yeah.
I got the paddle.
My
And then
parents
in
and
4th grade, I was sent home for being insubordinate.
Was that that was sort of a win, wasn't it?
I don't know. One might say. And then
Were you paddled then at home?
No. By 4th grade, I was no longer going to the Christian school. And honestly, my mom didn't get along with that teacher. My mom was a teacher, and she took me for ice cream.
Ah, that's a win.
The teacher was completely in the wrong, but would not back down.
Julia had a teacher like that.
And
I think
so
3rd
my
or
mom
4th
was
grade. Yeah,
let's just go get some ice cream. And
I was called into a conference for Julia, and we left. And
a total 180 from when I was in the 9th grade. And my mom was a high school teacher.
Right.
I was in the 9th grade, and she turned me in for skipping class.
Very nice. Very nice.
And I got Saturday school for that, in-school suspension. And
that's
okay. I have to tell the whole thing.
Okay, please.
She had taken a personal day, and was not at school. So I get to the 8th period, the last class of the day, and it's theater. And I knew that the teacher was out. She was out sick, okay? And another guy, well, he was a senior. He was the teacher's aide. And we were walking out to the theater building. And he was like, yeah, she's not here today. And I said, oh, well, what are we doing? And he said, we're watching the same movie we watched yesterday. And I was like, huh.
Like part 2 of it, or just the same movie over again?
No, the teacher had taken ill, and there were no lesson plans or anything, so they just
Okay.
So I understand. So
Okay.
we
And
just
what
kept
movie was that?
walking.
Was it Porky's?
No, it was the 60s version of Romeo and Juliet.
The
Oh, is
only
that
movie the
Ferrelli's?
school had.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's got breasts in it.
So we just kept walking, got in his truck, and drove around for an hour. And then when we got back to school, I walk in, and my 2 besties, Melissa and Carl, are waiting at the door. And they're like, Katie, you have to go to the office. Your mom has been hollering your name over the intercom for an hour.
Oh, no.
And I was like, ha, 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 she's not even here today. She had come to get me early from school, and I wasn't there. And as soon as I said that, I heard would Katie Forbes please come to the office? Katie Forbes to the office now. And it was my mom.
You blew it. You could have gotten out of school early, and honestly,
Oh, my God.
this is like an O. Henry short story. What's the matter with you? You should behave.
Oh, it was so bad. I was in so much trouble. She couldn't look at me. She had a van at the time, and I got in, and I went all the way to the back, and she said, you really think you're supposed to sit back there?
Oh, no.
I guess not. So I
Yeah.
sat
You
in the
better
front
get your ass
seat.
up front. Yeah.
And she never actually punished me. But about a month later, I was like, maybe I can go watch TV. It was just self-imposed punishment.
Yeah.
And I go and I sit down on the couch and I turn on the TV, and she walks in and she says, you really think you're ready to do that? I was like, I guess not.
I guess not. Wow. I've met your mom.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
a tiny,
She's
intimidating
tough.
woman.
She's tough. Yeah.
Did she have that planned? Did she know I'm going to come last period to see if Katie skips out?
I had
that's a
never
good
skipped
point.
school before. I had
Oh,
never
okay.
skipped a class before.
And never again.
Yeah, never
No.
again. Yeah.
Why, no.
I can only think of
Absolutely not.
one good suspension in my family. It wasn't me. It was my Aunt Gail, and all of my mom siblings went to St. John's School. It was a Catholic school. Now it's St. John's the Beloved. They've changed it, but it's a great octagonal church in McLean. And my Aunt Gail was caught putting a cigarette into the hand. There was a lot of statuary in Catholic, and she made the Virgin Mary hold a cigarette.
That's way better than mine.
It really is. But anyway, so don't do that. Let's close with this in Polk County. We just got to keep an eye on our administrators because this ain't right.
Be allowed anywhere near children.
Disturbing allegations
This
have
guy.
led to the arrest of an assistant principal at a Polk County middle school. News Channel 8's Nicole Rogers reports from Lake Marion Creek Middle School in Poinciana.
The sheriff describes the assistant principal's behavior as evil and wrong. Now he's detailing the encounter that landed the administrator in jail.
The bottom line is she did something that was evil and something that was wrong.
Deputy
I love the fact that this news station is delayed the story this long to tell you how bad this woman is, but you're going to still love it.
say this is 53-year-old Dr. Kiva Lark, Lake
Yep.
Marion Creek Middle School assistant principal, who deputies say had an inappropriate encounter with a 13-year-old student.
He was throwing paper in a classroom, misbehaving, so they sent him to the office.
Sheriff Grady Judd says Lark told the boy to rub her feet because she claimed he didn't have anything better to do with his hands.
Oh, no.
She took her shoes off and put her feet in his lap and told this 13-year-old child to massage her feet.
Investigators say witnesses overheard Lark telling the boy
This
to
is the
not
best.
only rub her feet like he loved her, but that she was doing this so he would know what foreplay is for when he gets a girlfriend.
My goodness, how bizarre can you get? She is 53 years old, and she's asking a 13-year-old child, young enough to be her grandson, to massage her feet while she makes sexually suggestive comments. That's way over the line.
I agree.
The school district is in the process of firing Lark and sent a statement to 8 on Your Side saying in part, this is abhorrent behavior for...
They also overheard the principal calling the 13-year-old sexual chocolate. So keep in touch with your administrators. They're not all good. Josh, you know, this is amazing. I don't normally floor you because you're from Florida. You've seen stuff like this.
They did a great job with that broadcast of dragging out and trying not to tell you.
Yeah, in most Florida stations that I grabbed the cover from, it was a 30-second story. But
it's weird because it's inappropriate, but there's been so much news lately of worse interactions of teachers and students in Florida.
I agree.
So weird.
Well, you know, is she on her feet all day? Maybe she needs it.
Teachers are on their feet all day, but she's an assistant principal, but I assume they'd be on their feet all day as well, but it's just weird.
And isn't that how things started at WJFK? You had to rub Mike's feet.
That's it. And he called me sexual chocolate, which was weird.
Wait, that wasn't your joke? She really said?
No, she really did call him sexual chocolate.
I thought that was your joke and it was awful.
No.
I was just trying to glaze over it. She really called...
She really did. She really did call him that.
That is awful.
And now a new name for the episode.
At least he knows about foreplay.
Oh my God. That is messed up.
Yeah. Carrie is a teacher. Just saying that. So let's talk. Let's stick a pin in this one. It's done. Everybody go get your foot rubbed. Katie, thank you so much for taking a portion of your day and spending it with us here.
Absolutely. I had a blast. Thank you both for having me.
What about cake and cookies? Hold on. I'm not to that tease yet. What about cake and cookies?
Making sure you had it.
I do. Cake and cookies. Should they listen?
Oh, you want the card?
I want the card, yes. She has a
Don't
card.
forget to like, download, and subscribe. It truly helps us keep going. We're on all your favorite platforms, including YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Happy listening.
Nicely done. Join us tomorrow when our guest host will be Robert W. Spiewak III. My son joins us. Probably his last broadcast before graduation, so we have lots to talk about. Wednesday, we'll be joined by legendary newsman Tony Perkins. And Thursday, Josh's brother, Quincy Sroka, will be joining us.
The doctor.
Dr. Quincy Sroka. Now, what's his real first name?
Matt.
Matt. Okay, we'll be joined by Matt Sroka. A full day, a full week of broadcast await you. And, of course, Mike back for the bonus show on Friday. So, buy your tickets to the cruise. Absolutely. And we will see you, Jimmy's, on May 3rd for our big Kentucky Derby party. So, we will see you then. Katie, thank you.
Thank you.
Josh, thank you. Oh, we've never run out of music before. I talk too much. Josh, thank you.
Of course.
Of course. We'll see you next time. Of course.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.